Hi guys, today I'm going to walk you through making a lentil loaf. Today we're going to have a mushroom lentil loaf, mushroom and walnut lentil loaf. You can actually do lots of things with it, but that's what we'll do today is a mushroom lentil loaf. So here I have green lentils that have been soaking for about 6 to 8 hours. Just about to pop them in the slow cooker. Okay, so they're going to take about, by the time the slow cooker warms up, about 40 minutes to cook. So in that time, we will get the other ingredients ready. I'm going to put red capsicum, also mushrooms, got a nice big bag of mushrooms here, but before I do the wet stuff, the more wet stuff, I'm going to do the dry stuff. I've got 2 cups of rolled oat. I'm going to pop this in here and turn a rolled oat into oat flour, which is it's much cheaper to buy the rolled oats and then turn it into flour. You pay extra. This is our walnuts. I have got 2 cups of walnuts in there, good for omega-3s, and 2 cups of pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds. Again, we're going to pop those in. That's tough. So there we've got our oat flour with walnuts and sunflower seeds. Carrots, so mushrooms, yeah, I'm gonna pop those in. Okay, we're now going to fry this up, so saute it up. Diced up some onions. Again, I did it by hand. If you don't want to do it by hand, you can really use a food processor or a blender, same thing. Now I've also already pre-cooked some sweet potato earlier this morning. Okay, I reckon that's ready to pop on and saute the onions. With onions, the longer that you saute your onions, so anywhere from maybe 5 minutes, you could go right up to about half an hour, but the longer you saute them, the sweeter they become. Herbie man. This is herbs and spices and minerals, and some salt, obviously, for your minerals. So this is one of, I use this all of the time. Keep my ear on that and just let it cook. Get our spices ready for it. So I have got a whole clove, a whole bulb of garlic. So I'm going to pop that in now with the onions that have been sauteing for about 10 minutes. I'm going to have 2 teaspoons of thyme. 1 teaspoon of dried coriander. You can use fresh coriander, probably at least a full bunch of coriander. Smoked paprika. You can use smoked paprika or just normal paprika. I'm using smoked. 1 teaspoon. How much you like pepper? I'm going to put a full teaspoon of pepper in there. Now that goes in with just goes in with our wet mixture. We can now add that to our dry mixture. So I'm just going to add the mushroom, the carrots into there. I'm going to add our red capsicum. You can really put whatever vegetables you like in there. Give that a stir through. You see there's quite a lot here, so this is really quite a large loaf that I'll make, and I slice it up and freeze it. This can be eaten just as a loaf. It can also be made into sausage. I make it into sausage rolls. I make it into pies. So it can be patties, hamburger patties, pretty yum. You can see that's all, hopefully you can see that that's all really mixed through. It's a really nutty looking, nutty smelling, really, really delicious. I never thought that I would love lentils so much. You want your garlic your onion to become translucent so you can see through it, and then you can continue to cook it, like I said, well up to half an hour. And onion and garlic has been cooking for about 20 minutes, so now I'm going to add in the carrot, red capsicum, nut mixture into there. That's been frying now for about 5 minutes. Now I'm going to add in some tomato paste. Now we're going to fry that up. It doesn't need to be fried up for very long, maybe 10 minutes. It's just we're not trying to really cook it. We're just trying to a light fry, a really light cook, just to add. And you don't even actually really need to cook it. You can just add it in if you're pushed for time or you don't want to do that. So that's just something that I do it sweetens the flavours, it adds to the flavours. Now I've just got to wait for the lentils to cook, so I'll be back. Okay, my lentils have now cooked in the pressure cooker, really, really hot, so I'm going to really carefully drain these off. I normally do it in the sink, but I'm just going to show you. So just really slowly let these drain off. Yum. Here we've got over here is the cooked mixture, so that's been cooling down, so I can stick my hands in it and I can get it ready, but you can see that's all through there, and that is delicious in itself. Is to make sure that this is sticky enough, or it sticks and turns into a real loaf, is half of your lentil mixture you want to mush up. So you could I could mush it by hand if I wanted to, but I'm going to use the convenience of a food processor. I'm going to gently pop in half. This is also lentil paste, so you can make dips out of this. These lentils are just so versatile and so full of goodness. And then I'm going to pop the rest of that in there. Pop that through. Oh, you can see they're all drained. I'm going to pop those whole lentils in. So I'm just going to really gently put this through. Now I haven't put in the sweet potato yet, so I mean I could now obviously add the sweet potato, which I'm pretty sure that I'm going to. Otherwise I could put it on top. I could mash it on top, more of like a shepherd's pie. Again, can be frozen. Sweet potato freezes really well, as does pumpkin. Potatoes not so much unless they're in a curry. All right, so you can see that that's really quite firm once it's packed together. Even though this has probably taken me really maybe an hour to prepare this, maybe even a little bit over an hour and 20 minutes, this is meals, and I'll show you once it's baked. This is meals done for, I'll probably get 60 slices of loaf out of this, so that's heaps. So again, I just make a loaf. All right, I got it. Thank you very much for your assistance. As you can see, the loaf is all packed in there. Now that's just going to go straight in the oven. If you want to add a little bit extra to it, which I don't always do, because I don't want to use too much tomato sauce, but I am doing it for this one because it really adds a really delicious glaze on top. Tomato sauce is probably one of the things that we have in our house that I'm yet to make myself, that Mary Jane and Powers like if they have sausage rolls and the like. So it's something that is eaten so little that I think it's okay. See that one there? It's nice and wet. Now I bake this at a lower temperature, so I've got this at about 180, and then just really keep your eye on it because I've got to be really careful that you don't burn the bottom. So I'm going to pop it in. This whole thing is going to take about 45 minutes at 180. Okay, because imagining this is mostly cooked. This is cooked. So just going to pop it in to bake it. Okay, see you in 45 minutes. Hi guys, here is the finished lentil loaf. I actually cooked this yesterday. I didn't have time or the space to chop it then, so I just popped it in the fridge. I've already sliced up some of it because if you remember it was a really long one. So I just wanted to show you how it is once it's done. So I now just go through, I slice it up into single serve, or what we call single serve portions, wrap them all individually, pop them in the freezer. So that's heaps of food, that's heaps of prep ready, right? Enjoy, this is one of our favorites and packed with protein and nutrients. See ya.